Was it you that was... No, I don't think it was. I was at the Electric Light Orchestra concert in Toronto when they came.
Yeah.
And I was smoking outside the venue beforehand, and this random fucking middle-aged dude walks up. He's like, hey, you mind... At first he asks, like, is that weed? And I'm like, you can smell it. Everyone around here can smell it. You don't even have to fucking ask that.
You're like, big doinks, big doinks.
Yeah. Like, you nailed it, yeah. He's like, you mind if I take a hit? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I mind.
Yeah, no,
yeah, it's mine. I rolled it for myself.
That must have been awkward.
Should came prepared.
I don't
and he was like, okay, bye. He
that must have
like
been
turned and walked away.
No, why would you let a stranger hit? Like, you know.
Oh.
Why would a stranger ask you for your weed? Like,
well,
just
actually, I've seen that at concerts. I've seen that at concerts many times, and that's how you get like fucking mono or
I don't
herpes
discriminate.
or, you know.
Even if it was a girl, I would have been like, no.
Yeah, no,
like,
I don't know where your mouth's been.
I'm saying like the exception to some people is I wouldn't do that.
I don't know where your mouth's been. I don't want fucking AIDS or herpes, you know.
You just jump to AIDS and then go to herpes.
Like I already got.
That's the worst.
You start at the top and
you start at the worst. You can get a little bit lower than that, you know.
You know what? You win some, you lose some.
Yeah,
I don't think I hit the battery at all. So
yeah.
What was that hit it?
It's
I should probably go.
I knocked over my cider a bit because I'm a sloppy bitch.
I want this house to burn down.
It would sound good.
But where are we gonna start?
Just gotta do an intro and then continue talking.
What's the intro?
Yeah, fuck the intro, you know.
Is that our intro?
That's
Fuck the intro.
Fuck the intro.
What's in a fucking intro, dude?
Welcome to
P.S.noBS.
You cut him off.
Yeah, don't. I'll cut that out. Go again.
It's staying in.
Fuck, dude. Week removed from the last time. It wasn't so successful with your dumbass falling asleep the whole time.
I'll drink to that.
Rude.
You just can't drop that in there.
Rude. But I'll drink to that.
Yeah, dude, I'll drink to that.
It's just an excuse for you to keep drinking.
We're good.
Alright.
Fuck bees.
I believe there are some questions to be A'd.
Yeah, so we're starting off a little different. A little different this time.
A'd right in the A.
Yeah, I guess we're a little bit structured now, eh?
I mean...
I'll drink to that. The movie that everyone hates, but you love. That was the first question.
I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that. Answer the question.
Buster.
Hey, want me to go first?
Yeah.
Go for it.
One movie that I've seen approximately 50 times.
Wait. A movie that you love, but everyone hates.
I love it.
50.
I've seen it 50 times for a reason.
Okay.
Paul Blart Mall Cop.
See.
Okay.
So
But I watched that a bunch of fucking times too.
Yeah, I watched it sober every time.
Yeah, but see, unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I like that movie too.
Wait, you do?
So, yeah, it's pretty funny.
We all
It's
like
actually
that
it's
movie.
actually a pretty big meme between me and my cousins. We'll play like the Jackbox games, and we'll just like we'll revolve questions around Paul Blart, or like we'll give answers around Paul Blart. You know what I mean? Like there'll be a question like randomly. It'll be about I don't know, fucking cigarettes, for example, and there'll be like a Paul Blart Mall Cop DVD answer in there somewhere. You know? Yeah, that kind of shit. So like I fucking love the memes out of it, so I love Paul Blart, you know, for that reason.
Fuck. I'm thinking hard, cause like
Movie that I love but everyone hates. Fuck it.
I've seen too many movies.
Like even if it's not like a bad, like it is, even if it doesn't have a bad rating, it just didn't. Like the reception generally wasn't that great.
I got one. My name's Bruce. Have either of you even heard of it? Know what it is?
I've heard of it. I've just never seen it.
Bruce Campbell had this weird like circle jerk movie where it was just a bullshit plot that was an excuse, huh?
Bruce Almighty?
Nope. Oops. It was fucking. It was. You almost fucking did it.
Yeah.
Nope, you did do it.
Oops. You're talking about
right?
Yeah,
you
Bruce-
fucking
you're
said
talking about
Bruce
fucking
Almighty.
Bruce
and I just started
Springsteen?
thinking about that plot for no reason.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen's great. Born in the USA. Great track.
It's alright.
I mean, you gonna talk about the Bruce Jenner movie or what's the deal here?
No, so. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and explain the whole plot to you because there's no point. You should just watch the movie.
But it's like
It's a bad movie. It got terrible reviews.
Oh,
it's a bad movie.
Alright.
But it's a good bad movie. Like if you kind of know, like, have you seen the original Evil Dead movies?
No, I saw the remake, and the remake
not
was
the original.
fucking.
I didn't hate the remake.
Bruce
Did you see the
Campbell
remake?
was originally Ash from the Evil
Oh,
Dead and
that
the Army
guy.
of Darkness movies. He's in Bubba Hotep. He's
I saw
got
the
a
remake.
bunch of cult classic movies. But anyway, this movie is basically there's this evil like samurai spirit that's trying to fucking murder him, but as a result, he's murdering a bunch of people he knows,
Right.
and
right.
he's got to like. To kill him. That's it. That's the whole thing. He's just gotta kill him. But along the way, there's like all these references to his old movies, like just shoehorned into the fucking plot for no
That's
reason.
pretty fucking dumb.
But he knows what he's doing. Like it's weird. You should
Sounds
just
like
watch it.
Sounds like an M Night thing to do, you know. M Night loves to do that.
I mean, that's another thing. There's probably some M Night movies that I like that a lot of people.
yeah,
hate.
The Visit.
The Visit. Fantastic.
Yeah,
I
that
fucking,
movie was
that shit was
Phenomenal.
fucking
just a
hilarious.
fun time at the theater.
Yeah,
That was
literally it was.
super.
I did
fun,
not
man.
stop laughing. It was laughs throughout the entire movie. And I was
Which
like,
I don't think
yeah.
was intended.
no,
but I'm
it
allowed
wasn't.
to enjoy it as I want.
Yeah, because
No,
I mean,
I
it
enjoyed
kind of had to have been intended. That kid was rapping the whole time. Like that was his whole shtick was rapping.
Oh.
So obviously M Night was like, yeah, let's just throw this kid in for comedic effect. It was supposed to be
good.
some scary type movie. It wasn't scary.
Well,
at
when they
all.
were crawling underneath the house,
Yeah, that was pretty scary. That was
nerve-wracking.
pretty scary.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because it was just so tight, and then the fucking naked grandmas.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah.
I was just cleaning it.
I was just cleaning.
That's
That's probably one of my favorite lines in that movie. I was just
Oh,
cleaning.
that's
it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Actually, there was one scene that was not scary, but like a little bit weird. But like when it was at nighttime and the two kids were in their bedroom or whatever, and like the grandma started walking through the hallways and like making a bunch of noise and shit, and I think had the camera like pointed at the hallway and like she started walking on the ceiling or whatever. Fuck, that was it's a little weird, but
Yeah, no, that movie had a lot of creepy moments in it.
It was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
I don't think that was one that a lot of people hated, though. I'm pretty sure that one did pretty well.
Actually, that yeah, I think
I don't think it had a great review though, like great
I think
rating.
one that
I don't know.
one that I liked that I know a lot of people didn't like, including him, Insidious series. I really
Oh,
liked the
God.
Insidious
I
series.
got to agree with Sheldon. I wasn't a huge fan of those. You like it?
One of my favorite horror
Yeah?
series. Yeah.
It's at a
hands down.
60.
Yeah.
Could you like try to convince me why it's good? Because I've seen most of them. I haven't seen the third one, but I saw the fourth one and the first.
I
two.
can't convince you why it's good. I just like it. You know
You just
what I
like
mean?
it?
Well, I
I'm
mean-
not a good persuader. Like debate class, I kind of just always skip those classes.
To be honest, I never talked during debates, but
I always just skipped it because I was like, yeah, I'm anxious. I don't
yeah,
know."
just sit and listen to the arguments, and on the inside be like, I could do way better than that, but not do better than that.
No, but I just felt like the teacher would pick on me and like make me talk out loud when I didn't want to. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, no, fuck this. I'm sick. But
Those movies were a roller coaster. It was almost like the contrast to The Conjuring.
I really like
Conjuring's
Conjuring too.
Conjuring's really good.
Conjuring.
But
I will
that is
never
not.
forget how I reacted to the fucking witch bitch hopping off of the wardrobe in the first movie.
The first, oh yeah,
First
yeah, that's
Conjuring?
right, yeah.
When she like lunges, like
Fuck.
just darts at them off of the top of the wardrobe. I was like, that's my Exorcist now. Like that shit
I remember
fucked me up.
What
thought
was the
about
one
that.
with the crooked man? Was that the
That
second
was
one?
that was Conjuring 2. Yeah.
I didn't even go to see that one.
Yeah.
I liked it, but the crooked man ruined it.
What
Yeah.
happened was they showed the Crooked Man, and when they showed the Crooked Man, the animation was so horrible that that's what fucked everything up. He like comes out of this Jack in the Box type thing.
But he's giant.
Yeah, he's
He's
huge.
like 100 feet tall.
And he's in a
yeah.
house hallway.
Okay, not
and he's just, like,
not
crammed
100
in it.
feet tall, but like
he's
yeah,
like 10 feet At least.
He's at least like 29,000 feet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, but he is pretty hunched over, like
It's pretty
like
crooked.
get higher ceilings,
I'd
Fucking
say
considerate.
I'd say just one honorary mention for me would be like the entire Transformers series.
That's a no for
People
one
me.
freaked
people-
out
That's
for
a
the
no for
first
me.
one though. I
was
remember
really good.
going opening weekend and that was like the first time I had heard people genuinely like freaking out in a movie theater during the movie.
Holy shit.
Like the first time you see, it's been way too long now, so I don't remember the names of them, but the helicopter one in that opening scene at the military base.
Blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
'cause
fucking
I haven't heard.
EMPs the whole base,
Blackout,
and it's
yeah.
dark, and then he fucking transforms.
Fucking
And
Tyrese goes crazy.
Like people like were gasping at the same time.
know.
Other people were like clapping and freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like that shit looked crazy.
Same shit for me. Like because I didn't really watch the animated series growing up. I just kind of like knew about the toys. So then when I went to see it, I was like blown away because that came out in 2007. So I was like, what? I was 10 when I saw that, and I was like, it was crazy. It was actually kind of scary, that initial scene, because you didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen.
Wait, it was Blackout?
Which
It was called
one?
Blackout?
Transformers, or are you talking about X-Men?
No, Transformer.
Okay.
Where did X-Men come into the
I
conversation?
thought you mentioned X-Men.
I didn't mention X-Men.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
I got another one. A lot of people didn't like Oculus. I liked the Oculus. That was
I
good.
didn't like. I was just sitting in the theater
I-
like, what the fuck am I watching?
I loved that movie. It was weird, but I
liked seeing Karen Gillan.
Who's that?
She's
Is
hot. The
that
redhead,
mom?
the one who played the older version of the daughter.
Oh yeah, she's alright.
Hope she sees this.
She's alright.
She's
No, she's hot.
she's
She's Scottish. That was the worst Scottish accent, but when she does it, it's great.
Wait, she's a Scottish actress.
She's
She
Scottish.
plays Nebula in the
Yeah, she's
Oh, that's
she's
her.
great. She's amazing.
I mean, I couldn't tell.
Did you watch the first Jumanji movie, like the
yeah,
remake?
yeah,
I liked the movie.
she's great.
It was good.
You know what I
Everyone's
liked?
great in that
Yeah.
Ride Along was good.
What?
To be honest, I had that shit on Blu-ray, and I did have that stuck in my PlayStation for like a month, and I was
The
watching it when
first
I went to
one?
bed every night.
Did you watch the first one?
Dude, we watched it together.
No, we didn't. We didn't watch the first one.
Came out on my birthday.
We went to see the second one
Came out
together.
on my birthday.
We went to
He
the second one. I
remembers.
remember because there was an alligator in it. Remember the alligator?
No, I don't.
That was the second movie. Remember Kevin Hart is getting like chased by this alligator and it jumps out of the window.
Whoa! Spoiler alert!
It came out in 2014.
Spoiler
It
alert!
was that long ago.
It's like
Wait,
14
really?
or 15, something like
No,
that.
Oh
no.
my
All right,
God.
well, we're fact checking
2016.
it.
I'm not
2016.
okay with
We're
that.
fact checking
The
it.
second one came out in 2016. There's no way it came out in 2014.
2014.
You want to know why? Because I drove to see that. I didn't have a car back then.
You're right.
2016.
January, right before your birthday in 2016.
Yeah, I told you.
Okay.
I know these
This is
things.
the rating.
Oh, dude, I
What's
love
the
that
rating?
movie.
Critics gave it a 14.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a good movie. I like that one.
Wait, what?
Especially the alligators. Yeah, no, I don't remember that movie at all. It was probably bad.
You've seen a lot of shit horror movies.
So I was right.
I like shit horror movies. They're pretty fun to watch.
You asked the first question. You just went to the top.
Yeah.
Winchester, another good one.
Callback.
No, it was not. It was fucking horrible.
All right. Let's switch to a more personal one now. Where are you going?
Wait, let's wait for him to get back.
Okay, we'll wait.
You can ask it.
No, we'll wait.
Alright.
Well, wait, boy.
Alright, ask your damn question.
Well, fuck.
I
All
forget
right.
the questions.
Why do you think you're still single?
Oh, jeez, that's a tough one. I'll drink to that.
Who goes first on that one?
Like a final sip.
I'll drink to that.
Who's got a good one ready to go?
I'm really good at being alone, so that's a good reason.
Wait, you consider that a skill?
Depends if you like being by yourself.
Yeah. I tested the same
I mean,
type
I could
idea, but-
piggyback
can-
off of that.
Consistently have a fun time on the solo, but still have friends,
Yeah.
including women. It's like
The wham.
you don't want it to be a fucking sausage fest all the time. But
Yeah.
Look at us now.
well, this is a different case.
Oh, man.
You good?
I felt that one in my nose. Anyways.
Jesus.
Yeah. You going next? Or?
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm recently single again, so I mean, I think
Aren't we all?
sure. But, yeah, I think one of the biggest
It's
things.
not so recent.
Well, I mean,
It's
Kind
pretty
of.
recent.
It's a little, yeah. I
A
guess
couple months, yeah.
it's been like 6.
What? I mean, in my mind, yeah. But, I think
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. I think one of the main reasons why I think that I am is I'm very stubborn, and I don't like to change things about myself, even when people point out that I need to change them or like they're clear faults.
No.
So I just kind of shut up. I just kind of defer these things until they become problematic, and then when the person gets to the point of acceptance of it, I'm then resentful of them for not wanting to change anything about me or whatever. And like I
You're
won't listen.
resentful of yourself for
I
not
guess more so.
changing, not wanting to change.
Yeah, but then I project it outwards, and then I like kind of
Yeah.
get sick of the situation. I just kind of don't want to hear
You
it.
should get Game Pass.
This is so unrelated.
No, it's related.
No, it definitely is. You're
Okay.
fucking
It's
stubborn
related.
on getting it.
Oh.
You should get Game Pass.
You should.
It makes so much sense.
It does. Anyways,
I don't know.
we're not gonna get.
We're
We're
not-
not gonna open that can of worms.
We're not doing
We're not doing that. We're not.
Sheldon's not here with that.
No. You can go home now.
But yeah, just kind of accepting that
This is empty.
I have a lot of faults, but that doesn't mean that I have to criticize myself so heavily and like become super insecure about my situation, because that's often what happens. Then my insecurities only come out when I hide them enough to then them emerge when you're already in the thick of it. I'm basically relating it to one relationship in particular, which is the one that I just got out of, to where like I had expectations of her to change, and then gradually those expectations became greater, and then I'd then point the finger at myself and say, am I the problem? And then, you know, as cliche as it comes, and yeah, and then I think I just got to stop doing that and actually like look at it and recognize the red flags, because my first like real relationship, it was like 2 years basically, so like actually recognizing the problems at hand instead of just kind of deferring them is kind of the main thing, and listening to my closest friends and understanding that they're not telling me things that I shouldn't be listening to. Even if I don't fully believe it, I should be hearing them out instead of just kind of being like, nah, they don't know what they're talking about. I think that was something that I did as well. It was like after every, you know, because it was fucking 5 breakups. After every breakup, I would go to them and be like, okay, well, this is this and this and that, and then every time I want to get back with her, it'd be a whole thing of, well, this will be different because XYZ is in place. Instead of it being, well, it should
The
have just...
fifth time will be better.
Yeah, it should have just fucking ended. It didn't end a long time ago. And that was my problem. I didn't listen to the right people, and I also didn't recognize red flags early enough. Because I'm stubborn as fuck, and I just push past them. I'm like, no, I'll get better. It'll be fine. So, yeah, that's why I'm so single.
Well, it's a good
It's
thing.
a
you
lot
opened your
longer
eyes.
than mine.
Yeah, it's a good thing I did. Because I would have been very miserable. And imagine if I had a child with her.
Yikes.
No, I was
I've
really not
I was really
thinking that
hoping.
at all.
I was really hoping you weren't, but
'Cause I didn't
at
think
one
you'd
point,
go.
at one point, I thought you were gonna get to the point where it was like you weren't gonna get out of it at all.
Really? You thought I was going to be entrapped? Just
No,
emotionally
I
speaking?
didn't. I didn't think you were gonna be entrapped. I just thought you were gonna,
Keep going
keep
back.
on going in this endless cycle, because that's what it looked like from the outside in. Because you just kept going in circles.
Yeah, like fool me once, fool me twice, and
Fool
then
me
it's just
3
like,
times,
okay, he's
4
just fucking
times.
doing it to himself now. He's just
Yeah.
going back.
That's what it was. And then it ended up becoming like shame on me, like more than once.
Yeah.
You know, and like because it was this most substantial thing, and also she came into my life like significantly during like a very hard time. So I think part of me
Yeah,
was
that
kind of
was
like
weird.
reliant on that fact.
Yeah.
You know, going through such like a devastating loss of like someone so close to me, and then her pop into my life like that. It was like, okay, well, I'm gonna lean on you unintentionally
Yeah.
all the time. So I think like a lot of my feeling was kind of reserved for that. It was like, okay, she has encapsulated all of these things and has been so significant for so long. I don't want to lose that. And then it came to the point where I was like, I can't even be her friend. And she's since moved on. She's with someone else or whatever. And like her expectation was for me to just be her friend and everything. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't be around you and this new guy and just, you know, it's a man thing, right? Like, you know, you guys can probably agree with that.
I feel like it's just specific to the situation. The way it got broke off and the whole going out and going back thing a bunch of times, you had a different experience than other guys. And other guys, for example, like some that have kids already with a woman, and then they lose the marriage, but they
Yeah.
keep going back to have like in doing things with the mother and the kids, like to have that relationship. But there's some cases where there are no kids, and it's just they're friends still. Like they have a breakup that's not on bad terms.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more friendly than that, and it can be shared still as just a normal friendship. But like, there's way too many relationships for there to be just that outcome.
That's true, yeah. And I mean, like, learning through the experience of, if I have an inkling that it should end, it should probably end, right? I shouldn't, like, because obviously tough times happen, and, you know, I think, like, a justifiable thing would be one breakup, like, if it's necessary. You know, if things start happening too quickly, and then you're like, okay, we need some time to really regroup and figure things out. But then after that, there shouldn't be any reason why another breakup should happen. But looking at it now, from what it was like, you know, because the initial one was the biggest one, you know, because you guys hadn't understood what happened there. And then the next time that I was with her, I was like, okay, well, I did this thing. We actually had time to separate and be apart from each other. So I thought it would be ideal. And then it didn't end up being that way. And I ended up just having reserved kind of resentment for her that ended up coming out over time. And then, you know, kind of the substantial situation happened. And then that was like just a kind of a culmination of everything. And I was like, oh, I can't feel like that towards anybody ever again. And if I can feel like that towards her once, I'm bound to feel that way again. And that was kind of that was my biggest red flag of this can never be what it used to be. So.
Well, if you have to question how you feel about somebody, you know, it's probably not going to be a good sign, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference,
It should
right?
be easy.
It's like it's if you're questioning it because you don't know how you feel, that's one thing. But if you're questioning it because they aren't showing you what you're kind of hoping for, that's another. Because I know you've been through that, where like you know it's been a little cryptic, and you don't like a girl will act one way one week, and the next week she's totally different. So you're like, okay, this is going well. What happened? You know?
Yeah.
So that's what's one way to think about it. But like, yeah, you should never really question it. You should kind of know, especially as adults. We should fucking know what terms are on.
If you don't know how you feel, that's kind of a concern. You know, if you're gonna continue a relationship not knowing how you feel, that should be a big red flag. Saying, hey, you know, I shouldn't be wasting my time anymore. With this, you know, or figure out how you feel, and if you can't, you should end things. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's personally me. Just leading back to my last kind of thing, I kind of ended things, and I was like, you know, is this the right idea? But then I was like, no, I don't really see myself with this person, you know. So I was like, better to cut it off now than to go later down the road. It's gonna be harder for both of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because if you're not that into it and you keep it going, you're kind of playing this facade.
Yeah.
You have to like tread lightly on what you want to say and shit, and that leads to awkward situations, and then.
Well, and I felt like it was even getting to that point, and we were, you know, we weren't even going out that long, you know.
Oh shit.
Couple months, you know.
Yeah, so you were already like feeling that.
Yeah. I mean, it just kind of ended up happening. I mean, that happens with relationships, but. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
No, it's weird, especially like us being a little bit older. We're not, you know, we're nowhere near the age of having. Well, let me make the comparison. For us, compared to a lot of people who are 5-6 years younger than us, who think they have an idea of what they want.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm attending driving school now, and like I'm a little bit far removed from the age I should have been when I started. So I'm like halfway to being 23, and most people when they're 16 they get their initial driver's license where they can drive with somebody with a full license. Now I'm in driving school, everybody's fucking 16, and there's like a couple that I saw that were sitting beside each other, and I'm thinking to myself like, boy, you have no idea what the fuck any of that shit is. Like you're feeding into lust, and all you care about is one thing and one idea, as much as you want to convince yourself you're not. And every relationship that starts off young ends, or when it continues, people become resentful towards each other and they can't leave because they have kids and shit, you know? And it's like, I don't think getting into a relationship makes sense until you're in your mid-20s, like a legitimate one. After going through it and like kind of seeing beforehand experience and all that, and like kind of having like no sense of myself. Because like you bring yourself into a situation where you're not like prepped for it, and the rest of your life isn't kind of formed to your liking. you're gonna end up projecting those negative thoughts onto people. You know, like if you're with somebody, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, well why didn't I do that thing, or why am I not in this thing, or you know, you end up becoming reliant on that person for all your negative shit unintentionally, and that's just the result of like not being equipped and not being mature enough to fucking handle being, you know, like I have my shit, I'm just gonna be me, I'm gonna be happy with myself and just bring that on to someone else.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too, if you know what you want, you know, go for it. But most of the time, you know, us being in our early 20s, we have no fucking idea what we want to do. We have no idea where we're going. Well, I can speak for myself personally. I have no idea where I'm going.
Yeah, I know where I'm going. I know what I'd like to do, but like,
yeah,
I know what
I
I'd like
don't
to
know
do.
what.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna happen. I still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. But like my last relationship, like I felt like that was kind of getting in the way, you know, of what I wanted to do. It was like, I don't know. I guess I sound selfish for this, but like I was getting blown up with texts, you know, and I'm just like, man, if this was what a relationship's like, I don't want any of this. You know what I mean?
I can feel that. I can attest to that.
I was just like, I gotta entertain this person every single day, like, you know, 24 hours a day. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it.
It's like, do you not want any me time?
I can't do it. It's
well,
like,
there are clingy types.
I can't focus on myself.
Yeah.
But you need a happy medium, you know. You can't have someone that just doesn't talk to you at all, but you can't have someone that talks to you all the time. You know what I mean? You need to find that happy medium.
Yeah.
You know. And I couldn't find it, and it wasn't there. So I was like, yeah, this is not working.
Do you think there were ever times where you prematurely stepped back because you were kind of fearful that you'd get attached to the wrong person?
I probably prematurely stepped back. Like, I probably could have worked things out. I look back and I'm like, man, like I miss having somebody there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I kind of slap myself in the face. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Shut up. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm pretty selfish with my time.
Well, it's your time.
Yeah. But I'm pretty selfish when it comes to my time. Like I really like my time and working on what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I've got to worry about someone else, I've got no time anymore. You know what I mean?
You just focus in all your energy on that one person when it comes to that? Is that...
I kind of do.
Not entirely, but it's like I feel bad if I don't. And it kind of ended up being, you know, she texts me and then I'd take fucking forever to respond because it was like, I don't really want to talk right now, you know?
Yeah.
It just kind of drained me and made me really tired, you know? I don't know.
It's hard for people to understand that concept as well. Especially, it's a little bit different, like, men versus women, I think. Like, it's the swing of attention is a little bit more towards the women. Like, they kind of demand a little bit more attention. Obviously, every circumstance is different. But in terms of, like, my experience and what I've noticed, it's like, if you're not on the ball, it seems like you're doing something wrong, but it's just, you're living your life. You're just having that lifestyle that you want to stick to it. You don't want to alter your life that much.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a good relationship is one that you kind of just, you know is there, but it doesn't interfere. You know? It just kind of, it works well together. Everything is cohesive. You know? And that's so hard to find. And especially, like, you know, us going through, like, relationships and whatever as, like, so, you know, being so young. We're going to get to the point where we identified, like, okay, these characteristics together blend, and they'll support me wanting to be myself and explore my endeavors, whilst also having the comfort of knowing I have someone that's always there or whatever, and, you know, and it's not going to be annoying. That's the biggest thing for me. I want to be fucking annoyed at my partner. I was annoyed at my last partner all the time. All the fucking time. And I feel like that's very unhealthy. I do get annoyed at people quite easily at times because people know how to push my buttons. But when it comes to not doing that, when it's not purposeful, like, that's not good. Somebody just shouldn't be themselves and annoy the shit out of me. That's not good at all.
Well, and your last relationship was pretty toxic, so...
It had its moments, yeah, and I didn't really realize that it had its forms of abuse at times.
The signs were there.
They were, and I didn't see it because I didn't realize being in a relationship that there's a lot of things you are blind to. You're not on the outside looking in. You have no personal stake other than supporting your friend. You know, like if you saw what was going on, you had a certain idea what was going on. You're able to see it from a different perspective. Me being in it, I'm giving every reason possible to defend myself and that person.
Yeah.
So it's like, and now like looking at it, I was like, oh, now I understand. Like I
Yeah.
understand why people in those situations don't see the way out like everybody else is seeing it. Like 10 of your friends can see this is not good for you, but you might not think that. You might think they just don't get it. They just don't know.
Yeah.
And that's what you convince yourself of. That's what I convinced myself of. It's like they just don't know. They don't understand. To a certain extent, I was not wrong, but like the majority of it was, yeah, this isn't good for me. I need something. I need to either be by myself for a long time, or I need something that's more to my liking in terms of. I just didn't want to be around somebody who likes some of the same things as me. My last relationship, it was very, very few things that we had in common, and that was problematic because every time she'd have something she was interested in, I wouldn't like it, and then vice versa. Then it'd be just kind of this conflict of let's show each other things.
Yeah.
So it ended up being advantageous at the end of the day. So yeah, just finding somebody who likes the same shit as you is important.
It's tough, but I don't know. I feel like for me, it's gonna be hard to find somebody because I really want to focus on my career first, and then find somebody.
Yeah.
Because relationships take up so much time. They
They
take up
can.
so much money too. Personally.
Yeah.
Not for me. I don't spend money
But-
on a woman, but that's fine.
Well, I mean, my last one, I was just driving all the time, so I was like, I mean, she had her license too, which was a first. Like, I never fucking date girls with their license because a lot of girls our age don't have their license for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not gonna get into that topic. That's just another can of worms. But yeah, no, I thought I was ready because it was so long since my other one, but I don't know. I guess I wasn't ready.
Yeah, that's a part of it for me too. Like mentally and just like financially.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot.
I got some shit I want to buy for myself.
Yeah.
And I gotta save up for that, and that's not gonna be possible if I get in a relationship. Because that's at least like spending 2 to 3 nights a week, spending money.
Jeez. No.
Minimum. Like that's basing it off of people I've been with.
I don't know. We didn't go on a lot of dates. Like, we hung out at each other's places, but it still costed quite a bit because it was like she lived a couple cities away, So it was more gas than anything. And then like the distance too. It was, before we broke up, we didn't see each other for like 3 weeks.
Jeez.
Shit.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So it
And
ended
all
by text.
we were doing was texting. So it just ended up ending by text.
That's,
I didn't want it to end like that, but that's how it happened.
Do you ever feel like you regard yourself differently based on your current status? So it's harder to approach relationships thinking that you have a lot to offer based on your, whether it be like your economic status or whatever it may be, like because you're not in school or anything like that. Do you ever approach it being like, I'm going to immediately be judged and not have enough value to bring to the relationship with somebody?
I don't look at it that way, but I do definitely feel like people probably do judge me because I'm not taking that post-secondary route.
Yeah.
Because it's like, whenever I'm scrolling through Tinder, like, every girl on there's got, like, some sort of schooling on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not to say that I'm going to find love on Tinder, because I won't. We know what Tinder's for. But, anyways, yeah, no, I definitely feel like I'm 100% judged for not going to school, but that's okay. That's okay. If I find out what I want to do and I figure out a way to do it, I'm going to be laughing in the end. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have debt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a diploma that I'm not going to use. You know what I mean?
That's the
Exactly.
biggest thing.
So,
I'm not going either, so.
So that's my main thing. Just focus on my personal goals and figure out how to attain them.
just want to be self-sustaining at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal.
And then, after that, maybe a relationship would be nice.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, it's just tunnel vision on what I want to do,
Yeah.
So, that's all that matters to me. People can say, oh yeah, I'm so lonely and all that. It's just like,
Yeah.
Well,
So you can control that. You literally just start going to public gathering places, fucking events,
Yeah.
and just try to meet people.
Just join a club or some shit. Just make it
Yeah,
simple
there are
like that.
opportunities to meet people. Like, it's completely up to you. It's just how you want to spend your time.
Yeah.
If you feel like you'd be happier chilling alone, which a lot of people do, just be happy with that. While obviously trying to attain other things. Like, you can't just fucking sit in a hole all the time.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's hard to find that special someone. Excuse me.
Well, it's real hard.
Because there's just so much. There's so much like filler out there. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it's
an oversaturation of just like, here's fake. Just here's the best version of myself that doesn't exist, but I'm gonna make you think it exists.
Yeah.
And when you get to know me, you're gonna realize I'm a fucking dodo bird, and that's basically what happens all the time.
Yeah.
And then the people of actual substance and value are overlooked because there's so much just pretentious shit in the sphere of dating as a young person.
Yeah, so I definitely think it's going to be hard for me to find like my next partner. I mean, I'm not looking, but
You're also particular as fuck too. I mean, I am as well.
I mean,
like,
you gotta be picky nowadays.
You're allowed to have preferences.
Because it's like if you're not, you're gonna get shit.
Yeah, you might like run into the wrong situation because you don't like make a good enough decision. You just kind of settle for something that's not good for you.
I've seen a lot of people settle and they date them for like 2 years and they get fucking crushed when they end their partner ends it.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen too many times. It's like that's not gonna be me, because I'm very particular with who I date, right? So it's like I gotta be smart with it, or I'm gonna be burned, I don't know.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Do you think we should move on to question 2?
3.
Three?
That was the second one.
Jeez.
It lasted a long time.
It's a nice discussion, that's all. If you're presented with the opportunity to be immortal, would you take it?
Unpopular opinion, I would actually.
Really?
A lot of people say, yeah, no, I don't want to live forever, but I feel like there's a lot of things on this earth that I'd love to try, but I don't have enough time. I don't know. Personally, like people are like, yeah, you'll see everyone die, but it's like, you can make new relationships.
Yeah.
It'll be tough, and life is tough, but I feel like I would like to see how things go,
The
I don't know.
Is the world end?
It really intrigues me. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of on that ship too. I want
And it's
to
like
see everything.
the
go.
world ends. The world ends. You're immortal, but
Yeah, where the fuck are you going? Like, you just float in space.
I don't know. But I'd love to see what happens.
It would be like, I've always thought, based off of like old Lovecraft stories, that like the whole Cthulhu thing, like with him being so massive and fucking like just truly terrifying to the core, that you like faint and die like upon seeing him. Like a second of like actually looking at him, it's just too intense.
I didn't know
And
that.
you die.
But, yeah.
Like, I always think about that and compare that to seeing like huge catastrophes in real life. Like, would I even be able to mentally handle it to the point of staying conscious? And that's when I think of, like, if shit does hit the fan while I'm still alive and I see that, like, will I even be able to watch it? Or will I, like, be too much of an actual, like, primal bitch to be able to watch that? I'm not worthy enough to watch it all fucking crumble. I want to see it. Like, that would be crazy. Feel it, the ground shaking shit.
It kind of blows my mind, but I feel like we're kind of halfway there. You know what I mean? Like,
we're like fucking 5 minutes from midnight or whatever on that doomsday clock.
Oh yeah.
Like 2020 it has been a crazy year, and it's February just
1st.
started, you know. And like the future's already here. Like we've seen like the cars that are coming out.
Yeah, like I have VR goggles in my fucking bedroom. Like it's weird.
You know,
You could just buy that now.
I don't know. It just kind of blows my mind how far we've come from the last decade. You know.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
We're fucked. We're fucked. We really are.
I think we're just going to be over technological and just run ourselves into the ground.
Well,
it's going to be a technological problem.
AI is going to take over.
100%.
And all those sci-fi movies are going to become real.
Black Mirror is going to be tomorrow. Like,
yeah.
That basically. Little fucking black robot dog is going to murder countless people.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not happen in our lifetime, but
soon,
your children's lifetime, it's
within 3 generations, I'd say there's gonna be some insane shit that happens.
I'd say next generation it happens, just because the way AI is moving. Like, there's fucking Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts of AI.
Oh yeah, that's been going on for years.
Well, yeah, it's been going on for years, but like how far it's gone now. Like, I follow a couple Instagram pages, and they're just like 3D animated like AI characters, but they're posting themselves, making captions and like responding to people.
You support them?
I follow them because it's
trying to be on their side.
No, because
don't kill me.
It really.
I followed you.
Sorry. You're gonna drone strike her ass.
It's really interesting to me. I never thought something would be that.
That is pretty
that
crazy.
Real.
I haven't looked into the AI YouTube pocket, but
I haven't either.
Dude, that's a thing?
Or it is a thing.
Holy
but
shit.
I meant to say Instagram, but YouTube does have a bunch of accounts run by AI.
Holy fuck, that's crazy.
I know, but it's some scary shit. But to answer your question, I would choose to live forever. I would.
I would as well. I'm very intrigued to see.
I like living, and it's like, like a lot of people are going to die. I'm going to get over it eventually.
You build character from it. It really shows you how you're able to deal with personal tragedy.
And it's like, loss is tough, but you get over it eventually. I mean, you don't get over it completely, but you get over it. You know?
You just learn how to deal with it over time.
Yeah, and it's going to happen in our old age, but, If I could, I would. I personally would. Unpopular opinion, but I would.
I agree. What about you?
That's where I differ, because I completely disagree. I don't think that would be something that would prove to be ideal for just the mental state of things.
It's not ideal.
No, it's obviously not.
It's not. It's not real
it's a
at all.
hypothetical
I would end
scenario.
up doing hard drugs. If I'm immortal, I can't overdose and die.
I would do everything that I couldn't do before.
I'll
you know
try
what I mean?
everything.
That's the problem.
So it's like there's so many things I want to try, but it's like you'd be dead.
Yeah.
But like that's living a boundless life, right? So I mean, if
But you're immortal, so why not?
Yeah, but it's basically like now in your current state, you're admitting that you give into all the vices that you have had.
Well, you also just admitted that you would crumble in your mental state over time.
100%. Because the overwhelming thought of death and despair and having to get over things because you'll never be able to fully escape it, like that's insane to me. It's daunting to me, and like you might
find out if magic's real, and then you can find a spell that takes away your immortality.
But like literally,
we don't have enough time, so it's like I would love that. I would try everything.
It's the most selfish existence you can have, though. It's literally the definition of being selfish. You just want everything for yourself.
Well, I guess
you
I'm
asked
fucking
the question.
selfish then.
It's true. I did ask the question, but like
I guess I'm fucking selfish.
That's the concept of like.
But hey,
you've seen Guardians 2, right? The second, like basically like fucking Star-Lord's dad is basically the creator. Ego. He's created everything.
Spoiler alert.
Not even his dad in the comics.
No,
but none of them are even close to how they are in the comics. So
spoiler alert, but I'll drink to that.
Why is everything a spoiler alert?
Because it's a spoiler alert.
It came out in 2015 or whatever.
Dude, spoiler alert. There's people who haven't seen it.
Well, that's on them.
I'd say it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Sheldon, you know what we should watch? when we go
What was
upstairs,
that?
you know what needs to be watched?
Kate's.
No.
Felines.
No, we're not watching
I
Cats.
wish I could sing, because I would have sung that.
We're not watching Cats.
Felines.
Oh, you know what we should watch? We should watch Fired Up.
Yes, 100%.
What's that?
You don't even
Yo.
explain it. We'll just watch it.
You'll
Fired
learn.
Up?
You'll
Is
learn.
it a dance movie?
Nah, it's a B movie.
It's a cheerleading movie. Kind of.
It's we'll get
Is it a
into
horror movie?
No.
Nah,
it's-
we'll get into it.
It's a
later.
B movie, and it's fantastic.
Like you like jazz B movie? Like
I've never seen it.
It's
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. But
Don't look at me like that. He hasn't seen it.
what was the topic? What were you talking about?
Immortality.
Immortality. Yeah, I guess I'm selfish. Let's end it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking selfish. Anyways. Alright, where are you going?
Fucking sit down.
what? You haven't seen B movie?
Oh, B movie.
Oh, B movie, yeah,
I
we've
made a
seen
fucking
that.
I thought you
reference,
said
and
something
both of you were
else.
like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, because you said something else.
You
I
said
thought
you
you
like
said-
jazz. It's
No,
like
I
the
thought
number
you-
one reference from that fucking movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like-
I totally forgot about that.
I've seen the movie once in a library.
Okay, I've seen that movie like 6 times. But
What?
Yeah.
In a library.
And I remember
Oh, that's
in our
embarrassing.
elementary school library. That's where I watched it.
We watched it at what?
Yeah, I mean, at least my class did. Yeah, we watched
Whose
it in the library.
class? Just say the name of the teacher.
I can't remember. It was like grade 5, 4, Miss Payne or something.
So let's get to the next topic.
Yeah, go for it.
I can drink to that.
I'll drink to
Go
that.
drink to that.
All right, buddy.
A good one.
That didn't land.
You did for me. That's all that matters. I mean, I thought one of you would appreciate it. On the inside.
You like jazz?
Had to include both of you. You like jazz? I'll
I
fucking make you like jazz.
like some jazz songs.
Yeah,
You know.
Mitchell-
Let's get to the next question.
Mitchell likes jazz.
Let's get to the next question.
What's something you wish you knew how to do but literally can't?
I'd probably say play basketball.
Give a fuck. You can't? At all?
I have
can you
no
dribble?
fucking hand-eye coordination. Are you kidding me? I suck at video games. That should be a big sign.
Like, can you dribble at all? Like, I've seen the
I-
Air Mike video, but
I was
can
gonna show
can
you.
you
Yeah, I
dri-
was gonna show it to you.
can you dribble?
I guess.
It's just like the power, like understanding
No,
how
I-
hard you have to.
I just can't fucking play basketball to save my life. I'd love to play basketball. If
Okay.
if I lived another life, I'd love to be a fucking NBA player. That'd be sick. It'd be dope.
Jeez.
It'd be awesome.
WBA.
WP.
Not, I don't mean women's. I mean world basketball. That should be a thing eventually. It's just North America, but it's called the National Basketball Association. It's bullshit.
They do play in the worlds though. Like it's North America versus like the rest of the world that happens.
Yeah, that's the Olympics. But anyways,
Yeah.
we're,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
it doesn't
once
count,
a
it
year.
doesn't
I get what you're saying.
doesn't count. But yeah, I'd love to be a fucking pro basketball player. You know, that'd be fucking sick. Or even like a pro skateboarder. That'd be sick too. Because I can ride a skateboard, but I can't do any tricks. You know.
I do wish I could skateboard, but I wouldn't say that's my answer. Like, I'm capable of
That's not my answer
skateboarding.
either, but I'd be like a runner-up. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking like flying would be pretty cool,
Yeah.
but you have to have super strength to fly because you can't land.
Oh, so we're
Properly.
talking about like
Oh,
not
I'm
real
going
shit.
out there,
Oh, you can go out there. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you take a couple shrooms, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I was also thinking like being able to read minds, but I'd regret that immediately.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It, well, actually,
You,
you
I don't
turn
think
it
you would be
on-
able to turn it off.
No, you definitely wouldn't.
yeah.
You 100% wouldn't.
No,
No.
it's like
'Cause
it's
you'd always
basically
wanna
a
know.
condition.
That's-
It's
that's
like a
always
sickness. Like it's just there.
That's
Yeah.
that's just part of your brain now.
I would immediately regret it. Maybe not within the second, but within the day of, I'd regret it because you go outside into a somewhat public place. It's like you have fucking schizophrenia now. You're just hearing everybody at once.
That'd
you
be
can't
fucking
focus
insane.
in.
Yeah, no, that'd be.
That's why movies are bullshit.
That'd be
Yeah,
hilarious.
X-ray vision would be dope.
I don't think
Like
it'd be
full
necessary
X-ray,
unless-
or you mean you want to see through clothes? You pervert.
You're a
I
fucking
want it
perv,
too.
dude.
I want
Yeah,
it too,
I'm
but
kidding.
hey, like everybody everybody would want.
That shit would only.
Okay, not everybody. Some
Imagine
people
how
have
many
been-
crimes you'd stop. That shit would be so useful in that sense. You'd be a fucking hero.
You know, I meant like see-through walls. Though, that'd be sick.
You like see through women's clothes.
Nah, yeah, but see-through walls would be cool.
Fuck. I was gonna just go with something kind of generic, but like singing and doing anything musical.
Yeah, I mean, rapping would be cool too for me too, but yeah.
It's like anything to do with like things that I love to do, but I can't really do. I mean, like fighting. Like I can't really like I do that like okay, but like not to the extent in which I could. But like just the shit that I'm passionate about, like I wish I could do that better. Or even like being like an expert at one video game and like kind of being able to capitalize on that.
I mean, you kind of got that.
Not really, but
Really
Hey, you
good
want
at,
to say that about Fight Night?
really good at Uno. Like really good at it. I have a perfect record.
are you serious?
Yeah, because you've
On
only played it
Xbox.
like once.
Wait, you only played it once with.
Only played it like once.
You know what? Without
But-
that knowledge, it would have been way more impressive.
But dude, we gotta play Uno again. That was fun.
You guys should bring your own controller when you come over. That way we can.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. And didn't end up happening, but I was thinking about it.
The thought was there.
It's the thought that counts. Is that the end of that question, or yeah?
Could be.
Which I might be.
Could be. I didn't even notice this question before. Alright. What scene have you watched lately that has evoked deep thought or thoughts?
Scene.
Yeah, scene.
So like a movie scene, or
Yeah, like a
Movie
TV
or
or
a
a
show
movie
or-
or yeah, a show or anything like that.
The only thing I watched recently was that Aaron Hernandez docu-series.
Yeah.
Usually I just watch YouTube. You know?
Well, what is it that you're thinking about when it comes to that? Like just how somebody could do the things that he did, or like anything?
It was just a really sad situation, and I feel like the docu-series kind of makes you feel on his side.
Yeah, I've heard that you feel bad for him.
You really do feel bad for him in it, like the way they portray it. I'm guessing his wife had some sort of affiliation with it, because, dude, you feel really fucking bad for him. I think that's...
He like killed his best friend? On purpose.
Yeah, he killed his best friend, yeah.
Like, with the intent of killing his
And
best
there was
friend.
there was no meaning behind it.
But I mean, they
How
were
did he
saying
do it?
I mean, he shot him, but
Okay.
but like they try to paint the picture that, you know, like he knew something and he didn't want that getting out, so that's why he killed him. But
Huh.
I don't know, looking at it from my perspective, I feel like he didn't. He did it for no reason. Like I believe he killed all three people. You know.
Well, some people don't believe that.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy because he killed himself
Oh.
and he wasn't able to get through trial. Like they locked him up, but while he was on trial, he got thrown out because of a rule. Like I forget where it took place, but there's a law there that says like if they're not there, it just gets thrown out.
Right.
But,
And he committed suicide before.
yeah, he committed suicide, so he wasn't charged for it.
wasn't something talked about in the documentary about him having like one of the worst cases of CTE that they've discovered so far?
Yeah, and he was like his early 20s. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Really,
happened with
really
other-
bad CTE.
Fucking.
And usually
Football.
in the CTE cases, like
You don't
Yeah,
know what
you-
you're doing.
you don't know what you're doing, so you're beating people or you're killing people, and like your frontal lobe is fucked. So your decision making not there, you know.
It's fucking scary.
So it's
You don't
like
even have
that's
control over your actions anymore.
you know that could be the reason for him killing those people, but still doesn't make it right, you know.
No, you just act off impulse. So there's literally, if that part of your brain is shut off, that feels remorse. You're doing these things unconscionably.
Well, dude, someone spilled a drink on him, and he killed that person.
Oh my god!
Like, someone spilled a drink on him in the club by accident, and like 2 hours later, he killed them.
Holy fuck!
Like in the back? Or
No, it was like at a stoplight. Like they.
Like he followed them?
Yeah,
Did he like pull out a gun on him?
Oh.
Yeah, like he was in the driver's
God
seat,
damn.
and like they're at a
At
red
the
light.
intersection, just.
They're at a
Jesus.
They're at a red light, and he's like, "What's up now?" And he fucking shot
Oh
them.
my! So he had full intent of killing the guy
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah. No, he's
in his mind.
he's a killer. He's a killer.
He totally could have had CTE. He probably did.
He
No,
100% had CT.
But-
He had CTE. He had really
Okay.
bad cases of
Yeah.
CTE, but
It's definitely that caused it for at least one of the murders. There's no way that all three. It could be possible that all
well,
three
there was
were like
there
that.
was 2 people in the car, so he killed them both. Like he fired the whole clip at the car.
Holy shit!
So
So he killed. There was a passenger.
then just-
so he
Yeah,
killed
it's
the
a
driver
passenger,
the
yeah.
passenger.
and then
Yeah.
just peeled it away. Like
well, they just drove off, but yeah.
Fuck.
the people that
But
got
yeah.
shot drove off.
Yeah, like so he killed them. I think he killed them in 2012, and he played a whole season like to the fucking Super Bowl with like no remorse or anything like that.
Holy shit!
And I'm pretty sure like that year they won the Super Bowl or whatever.
That's insane.
Speaking of that,
And, like-
Super
like it
Bowl
was
Sunday.
Like it was nothing, you know. But that docuseries was fucking amazing.
Fuck.
I wish it was longer because I was fucking binging the shit out of that, and I don't like binging stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Bathroom.
Like I don't like binging food, you know. That happens.
Yeah. Seems
Yeah.
pretty good.
But yeah, it's so good. You gotta check it out.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Like I'm not one for watching Netflix shows. It's hard for me to get into shows now for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But that show just really spoke to me.
I need more people to watch Afterlife.
Afterlife, yeah.
This show is.
I'll try and check it out. It's hard for me to get into shows, but I'll try and check it out.
I mean, they're short episodes, so you'll know pretty quick. Like the scenes are short enough to where you'll know if you like the tone of the show pretty quick.
It's not even an attention span though, because like those episodes were like an hour long, right? But
It's
it's
if you're
just-
interested or not.
yeah. But I don't know what it is with me. I've really had a hard time like trying to get into shows. You know, like I'm just strictly a YouTube guy. You know, personally.
Yeah.
That's where I get all my content from is YouTube. But
Like I can't really say my scene without spoiling some shit.
yeah.
So I don't. Really,
I'll try checking it out. I'll try checking it out tomorrow.
yeah, because I haven't really watched anything else other than Afterlife this week.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I got to.
Yeah.
But there is this other show, The Magicians, that
Okay.
you may have heard of. But it's a sci-fi show.
I have not heard about it.
And within like the first few episodes, you see this essentially like college version of Hogwarts
Okay.
called Break Bills.
That's a real
and-
place.
Pardon?
It's a real place?
No, it's
okay.
it's like a fake
it's-
magic school that's
right.
like, it's
Okay.
hidden
okay.
from the world.
Okay. Yeah.
You can only get into it like through this like spell barrier thing.
Right.
It's pretty out there, but it's a really well written show.
Okay.
Like it's almost believable, like a little bit. Like they do it really well to the point where like the acting is what convinces you.
See, the problem with me is though I don't know if I like that show. Like
It's-
I wasn't a fan of Harry Potter. I watched like
I wasn't really either. Like
I
I
watched
wasn't
half
one
the
of the crazy
movies. It's just
fans.
it's hard for me to enjoy sci-fi movies. You know,
Yeah.
like we'll go back to Underwater. Not a good sci-fi. You know,
Have you watched Interstellar?
I've not. No.
Have you seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
No.
You should watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It, like, to really decide, like, are you into sci-fi? Like, if that shit intrigues you, I'd say you're into sci-fi. If you like Alien, the original Alien, you're into sci-fi.
I haven't seen Alien, so
We should.
I haven't.
Dude, we should watch that tonight.
So for me,
when we go upstairs.
for me, my problem is like it's hard for me to watch a movie that's not in theaters. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to sit down at home and watch a movie that like
I don't watch
it's not-
movies often at home.
it's
either.
not in theaters. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather prefer to go to the theater, get my popcorn, get my drink, excuse me, and like experience that whole ambiance and everything,
Yeah.
and enjoy the movie that way. If it's at home, it's a different story because like there's a lot more distractions at home. You know what I mean? Like I could check my phone, I could go on my Xbox. You know,
Yeah.
I just not to say that I don't have an attention span because I do. Like I'll watch hour-long YouTube videos, no problem.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know what it is. It's hard for me to get into movies at home. I don't know. It's just not the same. It's not the same.
No, I'm on board with that. I'm the same way. It's very rare for me to watch.
But see, if I'm watching movies with a bunch of friends, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I'll do it because that's what's happening. But
yeah.
But you know,
You should,
me myself, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I don't do it by myself.
It's hard. It's hard. So like I'm fucking ignorant when it comes to like early '90s or '80s movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I watched American Psycho at this guy's house, fucking Shell.
Did you like it?
One of my favorite movies of all time.
It's
Like,
fantastic.
I love that movie.
So when that shit was over, you were like, why haven't I seen that? You were like almost mad at yourself, like god damn it.
I wasn't mad at myself, but I was like, dude, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I kind of like solidified my favorite actor, Christian Bale, you know what I mean? It's like everything I see him in, like, great movie, you know?
I want to see The Gentleman so bad. I don't think he's in that. Is he?
He's not in that.
No, but there's a lot of good actors in that.
Vice, fucking Dark Knight, The Accountant, you know?
Yeah.
He's not in The Accountant.
Oh wait, that's
That's Ben Affleck. Yeah.
What's the other one then? Big Short. That's
we
the
just
other one.
watched Ford versus Ferrari.
Ford vs Ferrari.
I haven't seen that.
You know,
You guys went to see it?
Man. It's
so good.
This week?
So good. No. We've seen
no.
it like 2-3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
No, it was like a couple months ago. Because my ex was with us when we saw that.
Dude, you probably saw that like 2 years ago.
Yo, have you seen Alien? The original Alien?
Oh yeah, of course.
He hasn't seen it, so
He doesn't like sci-fi though.
I know, but I said
Yeah, I really don't.
like if you want to like
I mean,
really
Life was
find
good.
out if you like sci-fi, you should either watch, I mean, among other movies, but like 2001: A Space Odyssey
I haven't
or
seen that,
Alien.
actually. I haven't even seen
You
Space
should
Odyssey.
like those are two movies that are like near the top tier of like really good sci-fi movies.
Oh, Alien is fantastic.
Have you seen?
It is fucking great.
Have you seen Ex Machina?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
I would be down to watch that too. We should watch
Oh,
the movie when we go. Like keep
fucking-
drinking and just go up and
Yeah,
watch it.
I
100%.
fucking love Ex Machina.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, Oscar Isaac, man,
That's-
in that movie.
That's one of my favorite.
Alicia
movies.
Vikander in that.
Alicia-
She says her name so like I was
That's-
not expecting it to sound like that.
Alicia Vikander. That's it.
Right, it's Alicia.
Alicia, yeah.
Oh, that's one of,
Alicia.
my,
And
one,
she's
of,
married to Michael Fassbender.
one of my
He's
favorite
also a
movies
beast.
of all time.
What?
You didn't know that?
No, that
Yeah, they've been
weirded me
together-
out. I
they've been together, like,
did
5
not
years.
see her with him
Yeah.
or him with her ever.
Fassbender's a beast, man.
I worked with a guy who was like he looked kind of like
Name
Michael
Fassbender.
Fassbender. Nick Fassbender. I know that guy. It's his cousin.
Dude, I know that guy. This is his uncle.
It's his uncle.
Would you
Uncle
ever be?
Isaac.
Would you ever be down for watching Alien?
Yeah, I'd watch it, but what I was telling him while you're in the washroom is that I can't get into movies by myself when I'm at home. It's hard.
So like it would have to be.
I have an attention span, but I can't watch movies at home by myself. I just can't. It's hard. Like for me, even getting into Netflix shows is hard.
But you like the enjoyment and the experience of having like your buddies around while watching something because it just makes the experience better because you're enjoying it together.
Well, yeah, and it's also like I don't really have a choice at that point. You know what I mean?
Everything's
that's not a good
better when you
motivation,
share it.
That's not a good reason though. You shouldn't
But
feel like
I-
pressured
I-
to watch something.
No, I'm not feeling pressured. It's just I have more incentive to watch it. You know. I don't know. It's hard for me to get into shit by myself. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we'll come up with something to watch.
It's
but-
groovy if you dig it.
Groovy, baby.
Funky.
Yeah, fuck. I was trying to think of something that invokes like emotion, and I have to go through my through my movie list. I haven't seen a lot of movies this year, or not this year, but like 2019. I didn't see a lot. Oh, actually, well, one of the ones that really did it. Well, I'm gonna wait for Mike, but and maybe did you see Green Book, Mike, with us?
No.
So that
Was it us that went to see Green Book?
Yeah,
went to see it with some- I'm
you
pretty
were
sure it was
there, and was there too.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was. It was fantastic. I think Viggo Mortensen, if it wasn't for Rami playing Freddie Mercury, like he would have taken it. I think Viggo was that good as an actor.
Is that the one that played the Italian dude?
Yeah. Oh my god, he was fucking amazing. God damn. And
Like
Mahershala
the conflict
was
of
good.
emotions and thoughts that you could see just in his face.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Do you remember the one scene where he like steals the marble or the rock or whatever?
I've only watched it once. I need to watch it again.
Yeah, I've only
It's
watched
been
it
a
one
while
time
since
as well.
I watched it.
But yeah, like he steals that rock from that little like market or whatever, and like Mahershala's character like points it out, and is like, "Hey, put that like rock back." And then like there's like a little conflict. Like he's trying to like have this bravado and be like this tough Italian guy. Is like, no, I didn't fucking do that. Like, what are you talking about? You're accusing me of something. And then it just becomes this thing where it's like a battle of wills. And then he's like, you know what, I did take it, and I'll give it back to him, kind of thing. Yeah. And just one of those moments where you see like the edge of like, this is just a job. I'm just driving you to these venues to perform this, perform on the piano.
Yeah.
To like, oh, I really respect the fact that you want me to do the right thing. And like you could just tell that he was just really into it, and he was really invested in portraying that. Yeah, that movie was fucking great.
Yeah, it's really good. I was saying mine was to do with Afterlife, but it's kind of a spoiler because it's towards like the end of the first season. It basically has to do with like life isn't all about you. Like it's up to you to decide whether you're gonna be selfish and take it if you think it's not worth it, or if you want to stay in it to possibly make your tiny corner of the world like a little bit better.
That's a pretty good concept, but I'm sure once I watch it, I'll understand.
Dude, it's one of those shows that I unwillingly got emotional to. Like I was trying to just watch it at work.
Oh, yes.
And I was still getting like soggy eyed. Like I was like, this is too on point. Like
because there are some shows where like like, okay, it's coming. Like I'm by myself.
No, this show just gets you in one scene. Like you can switch from you're laughing, like 1 30-second increment, and then the next one, you're like trying to fight it, and you're like getting all like shaky lipped and shit, and you're like, I can't handle it. Too much of a sassy. It's just a great show. Like I'm glad I watched it this week. It lifted me a bit. It's a good show.
That's good.
What are you doing?
In my swamp.
What? What are you doing in my swamp? Donkey.
Donkey. I thought I had a good one. I got one. What's the weirdest crush you've had?
Weirdest crush?
Be anybody. Celebrity, somebody you actually knew, somebody you thought you saw, somebody in a dream, somebody from a cartoon. Not a milk carton, like a cartoon, but I'm saying it like a dick.
It's weird, but I've had a couple crushes on a couple of my teachers.
So have I. I don't think that's too weird. I feel like that's pretty common.
You see them every day, so I mean it makes sense.
Yeah, like you eventually grow that attraction
Especially
just
nice
by
to you.
seeing them.
Yeah.
You see them like bend a certain way, or they make a certain facial expression, and you're like, half-mast. You got a semi chub.
That's really weird.
Nope.
No, not the topic. I've heard this conversation before.
Oh,
yeah, deja vu?
Yeah, like that exact moment, like
Jesus.
looking at you, exact hoodie.
Except we have not had this conversation.
No, but I've dreamt this before.
Life is a contract.
I've dreamt
Wow.
This is all already happened.
You dreamt I had this Tyler sweater?
No, like
You were
this
correct?
this exact moment. Yeah, you haven't had.
I've had some crazy. I had deja vu this week in the car. Actually, I think it was
You ever had
yesterday.
a dream
before
where it was like this
came
exact moment before it actually happens?
I don't know about dream deja vu,
No?
like the way you're saying, but that's still very interesting.
I've had it.
Talking about a teacher, like talking about getting half
That's
chub
so
and saying
weird.
I'm half-mast.
Yeah.
Really?
That exact sentence.
God damn.
I've had it many of times, and it's really vivid, and it's fucking weird. It really is. Like,
wow.
I don't know.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, no, I've had a few. I've had a few in the past. Like one before even before I moved to Whitby. Like I had a dream of like the fucking All Saints gym. And like I was never there in my life.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, when I moved in grade 9, I saw it and I was like, holy shit, I've seen this before. This is crazy. You know what I mean?
That is weird. I used to play basketball in that gym. Like when we were in the house league, that's where we used to go play.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, and they had that wall, that electronic
it was a massive
wall.
gym. It was huge.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
That shit was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
There were like 3 courts in one.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of
if you
deja vu
split it
dreams.
in the right way.
A lot of deja vu dreams. That's
Yeah, I haven't
usually where I
had
get my
that.
deja vu.
It's been a while since I've had deja vu, but it's funny that you bring it up because I had it yesterday, 100%.
I fucking love that shit because it's so weird and you can't explain it.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I hate it.
It's
the worst.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's-
you're figuring out how shit really works
Yeah.
behind the scenes. You're like, what's going on in this
You just
brain?
get a fucking little piece of like.
Yeah, like the Matrix almost shattered in
Yeah.
front of me. It was that close.
I love it because it feels like you're trying to lie to yourself when you're not.
Yeah, we just moved past it so quickly.
What do you mean when you're not? Like when
Like
you
not having deja vu.
Would
So
you
when,
accept it?
when you have deja vu, you're kind of like, I didn't fucking experience this. So you kind of question it. Or at least I do. Personally, I'm like, nah, this didn't fucking happen. Like, why would that fucking happen before in your dream? That doesn't make any sense.
Especially in a dream, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
like you fabricated this entire
You just
place.
kind of argue with yourself because sometimes your mind likes to lie about things to you
Yeah.
to make you feel better about things. But it's like, it's a dream. Why would I fucking lie about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, you can't construct it.
And you remember it specifically and exactly how it happened. And exact moments. Like, it could be, like, recorded, you know? Like, it's fucking weird how it works, but I fucking love it. It's a really interesting thing.
It fucked with me because I was scrolling through my phone and I saw a certain, like, post as I heard something on the radio. Actually, sorry, it wasn't the radio. My dad was on a phone call with somebody, and he was saying something back to them, and it was his response. Like, the exact words he used fucking set me off, and the exact thing I was reading, I was like, this has happened, like, months ago. Like, it happened again, the exact same thing. He was talking to the same guy, like, it was the same voice, and he said the same thing back to him. Like, they were having the same conversation
That's
again
fucked.
at a certain point, like, 3/4 of the way through. And I scrolled through it and I stopped and I just like looked up through the front windshield and I was like, "The fuck is going on? Like this isn't a coincidence. Like I noticed it right away."
There's too many things that just it seems too weird to be a coincidence. You know what I mean? Like, at least I don't know. Before I didn't believe in fucking signs, but it's just too fucking real to be fucking coincidence.
Like,
Simulation theory.
After having my weird forest orb situation.
Oh yeah.
Like I've been thinking about shit different ever since that. Like that fucked me up for a month. There wasn't a day that went by that I wouldn't think about
Holy
seeing that
fuck.
shit and the look on my cousin's face when he saw me watch it dart and shoot away from us. Like I've never been so like instantly confused and like terrified and also like what did I just witness? Like, the look on my face had to be, like, picture perfect. Like, it was such a mind fuck. Like, the biggest one I've ever had in my life. And I'm almost worried that it is going to be the biggest one I've had in my life. Like, that's my only experience I'll ever have like that. And it's happened so early. Like, it fucks with me. Because that shit, like, there's nothing that's ever felt that intense in the moment. Like, nothing. And, like... Not even sex, like nothing. Like that shit was like, what am I witnessing right now? Like this is like it was almost like tonight was gonna be the biggest change of my life because I just witnessed something that nobody else has seen, or like we're gonna have evidence of something, like it's gonna drop something, because it was that close.
So you were gonna be like the pretty much the first person or people to be like, hey, this is fucking
Yeah,
real,
like none
dude.
of us thought to pull out our phone because it was just such a fucking, like, it was almost a danger. Like, it never talked.
Yeah.
It never did anything but be there. But it was there. Like, it was illuminating everything around us, and there's nothing else that could have done that other than some sort of light.
But see, that's why
Everything around us.
that's why I love life, because it's just, it fucking confuses you so much, but it makes you, it makes you question things more.
Yeah.
It just
like,
it's interesting because it'll throw you in different directions. And
Yeah.
you won't know what to do.
like
But it keeps things interesting. Like if life was easy, you'd want to fucking kill yourself because it's so boring. It's so predictable.
Rich kids, it's
It's
the whole
so
thing.
predictable. You know what I mean? And I haven't always thought this way. I'm like, oh, woe is me. Why is everything happening to me? You know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, now I look back at it and I'm like, dude, I'm glad that fucking happened because you need bad to experience good.
Yeah, you can't.
You have good all the time, you're not going to have a fucking
The
fun
yin
time.
and yang, son.
You know?
Yin yang.
Oh shit.
Nothing yin yang
But,
twins, but
yeah.
they could be there too.
Yeah, dude, if the one cousin that was right in front of it would have went like this, like just that, like his hands would have been in it or grabbing it or hitting it, like it was right fucking here, like.
Did you ever?
Oh,
Have you ever thought that it was a government experiment type thing that they just didn't have full control of, or do you think it was?
you need to read that book I gave you because something in that book
I'm gonna
made
read
me like almost fucking freak out in my room
because
like,
because it correlated with your experience.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Why did you die at that?
because
Because
this is
you're
what I can
like,
read.
You're like, you need to read that. And I was like, I know Sheldon doesn't read.
It's been a long time
But he
since I
has
sat down.
read. Like we read a song
We read
of
a
books
whole-
He
we read
together.
hasn't read in years.
Like
Mike,
since
we read-
elementary school.
we read a
I know.
series.
I know. I was
we
there.
read a series of 12 books. He and I. We
I
read
was
them.
there the last time.
The whole
he
fucking
went.
series.
when was this? Like grade 8?
I
And
was
then-
in like
and then when I
grade
was-
6. I know I was in grade 6.
And then I was in grade 11 or 12, one of those, and I read an 8-part series. Of
Yeah, you're
books.
fucking lying.
I'm not.
No,
I
no,
swear to
it's
God.
not. He told me all about it.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
I know the plot.
Yeah, I
'cause
know
of
the whole
him.
thing.
Okay, well, grade 11, that was like 2014. That was
But-
a long
It was a
time.
long time.
But
Yeah, well,
the saga he read in grade 12 was by the same author as the one we read in
Yeah, it was
elementary
the-
school. It's the same guy.
Yeah, there's
So
a
it was
there's-
digestible. It was digestible.
There's correlation. There's a
It's
coincidence.
Darren Shan. He's
Yeah.
a great author.
I fucking love him. He's from the UK. I think I just secretly love British people. But the last book that I tried to actually read and sit down, and I actually got through a lot of it, was Ronda Rousey's autobiography.
Oh, you read that?
I read like 100 and some odd pages.
How
120 pages.
embarrassing.
Shut up. This is back when she was actually on top.
Hey, you were a big fan.
I was
was
a
always
huge
like,
fan.
I was always like,
She could punch
I-
hard.
I was
She
like,
can
I'm
pull arms and stuff.
I'm waiting for this train to fucking end because I fucking couldn't stand all the people on her dick. You know what I mean?
It's
just- it's too much.
Kind of crazy. Like now she says she doesn't need to come back to fighting because she knows she's the greatest of all time.
Bullshit.
That's what she said.
She walked away getting fucking smacked up.
Smacked. Yeah.
No, she's
Back
not.
to back times.
She can't
she,
say
she walked
that.
away after what? 2 losses?
Yeah.
She's not the
Yeah,
greatest.
greatest
if
of all time. My ass.
If she's been defeated, she's not the greatest
She's the
of all time.
pioneer of women's MMA for sure.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
a pioneer.
I'm not taking that away.
I'll give that to her.
She's way better than
100%.
me. She can kill me.
She's way better than me.
You know, no one's taking away her ability, but to say she's the greatest of all time, get out of here.
No, she got beat by the greatest of all time.
You fucking
Dude,
bullshit.
she went bananas on her. She fucking
Yeah. Amanda
like
fucked
monkey,
her.
like primal rage. I don't mean that in any bad way. Like it was
No.
awesome
Yeah.
to watch. Like
Yeah.
she battered her the
Yeah.
fuck up.
I was
I was
so
like,
happy to see that
oh.
shit. I was so happy to see
Like
that
I've
shit.
never watched a fight and the whole time just been going, like oh shit, like oh no, you shouldn't have talked that much shit.
I was so happy to see that hype train derail.
That was a
Dude.
fight before her initial or her retirement fight. You're talking about the Holly Holm fight.
Yeah, that
said,
was
like,
awesome.
Preacher's daughter, my ass. You
So
fucking
good.
face.
Dude, it was
So
like,
good.
you shouldn't say that.
She was talking so much
You
shit.
shouldn't do
I love seeing fighters that talk so much shit get their fucking asses
that. Like
wrecked.
fucking
Ugh.
McGregor and Diaz. Was that what that was?
I mean, that
And
was
Diaz
first fight.
fucked him up.
It was-
Yeah.
what was that? The first fight?
That was the
or-
first fight,
Yeah, yeah. But I like McGregor, so it's
Yeah.
tough. with
It was
that.
short
No,
notice.
it was a
too.
great fight.
Yeah.
But after seeing McGregor like eat his dick like that, it
Yeah.
was great.
It was literally like to one of the things he said to Nate was like throwing fucking gang signs with the one hand and then making anal balloons with one fucking the other hand is like just saying stupid shit like
and
that.
like I
Yeah,
still only
yeah.
like I respect McGregor because of how he acted after he lost that
oh,
fight.
he's super
He
fucking
was
respectful.
Completely respectful.
McGregor-
It was like, great job, like you did it.
Yeah.
McGregor.
And then he was like, let's run it back. Exact same weight, even though it
Yeah.
was out of his weight class, exact same everything.
Yeah.
Same venue, same everything. Parameters the exact same.
See, the thing is with McGregor though, like when he gets humbled, like he knows how to be humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rousey doesn't know
No.
how to be humble. She's
She
not
literally,
humble.
after that Holly loss, she didn't even address the loss.
No,
at
but that-
all.
Well, because she's not the best ever.
Well, she went on Ellen that one time, and that was the only thing she ever
She
talked about
fucking
it.
cried.
Like
yeah.
I can
Like-
respect how much before the Ellen thing, how much she like believed in herself.
Mhm.
Like to be that sure.
Yeah, no,
That
that's
takes a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm that much into myself
No.
personally. Like I don't think I could ever get to that point personally, but yeah, that's like fucking next level dedication. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To commit that hard.
Yeah.
That's too much for me. Way too much.
But then where does the realism come in? You know, you have to be humbled by the fact that like you don't have the skills to beat every style.
Yeah.
And she only found that out when she faced an elite striker and was
Well,
like,
that's the problem. She's around too many yes people.
her
you know what I
fucking
mean?
trainer,
Like,
head movement! Literally, when she was getting her ass beat by Holly, him in the corner, head movement! Rhonda, you're winning this! You're winning this fight! It's like, where are you winning
And
this
she's
fight?
like,
Literally, there was one time, I don't know if you remember the fight, but there was one sequence where Ronda went for a hook and Holly ducked underneath the hook, and then Ronda stumbled like on her like knees or whatever,
damn.
and she couldn't catch her balance. And she was like, "How the fuck did she do that?" And then like everything when she got back to the corner was reaffirming, like, "Yeah, you're fine. You're winning. What are you doing? It's fine." Like,
Nobody saw that. It's
yeah,
cool.
what are you doing? Yeah, it only took 2 rounds.
Yeah, she was
So-
getting this false reassurance the
Yeah.
whole time. You know.
It's like that's just like such a metaphor for life.
I'm
like,
sure she knew on the inside that like it was done.
but maybe she
Like,
did.
she was
maybe
just trying to stay in.
I don't know. She was up her own
Maybe-
ass for a long time. You know?
Yeah, 'cause
No, but
maybe
like I mean during that fight, like after she got battered the fuck up in the first round. She
Oh, yeah,
had to
after
be
the first
like,
round, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe she thought she could actually get the clinch and like fucking take her down because that was her whole game plan. But
Yeah.
like, it didn't end up working at all.
No,
Not
because
even
Holly
remotely
knew
close.
how to get the fuck away from that.
Yeah.
One thing that reminds me of that kind of, I mean, not on the same scale, but Macy Barber.
Mhm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. So to give you a little bit of backstory, this is
Yeah, I'm out of my element.
There's this girl who's she's trying to become the youngest champion of all time. You know, John Jones is the youngest champion. So she's trying to pursue that. And she's been like talking mad shit and trying to get like fucking a bunch of hype around her and get to like the biggest fights or whatever. So she fought this girl recently, this veteran, this girl named Roxanne Modafferi, who's like fucking had like 40 fights and she's like approaching 40 years old. And this girl's 21, I think.
Yeah, she's 21.
Yeah, so she went into this fight like super like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking smash her. Like the odds were like she was a minus 1,000 favorite to like this girl being like a plus 600. I put money on it. I won on the fight. You know, but yeah, so she went in there and completely disrespected Modafferi. She ended up fucking up her own knee towards the end of one of the rounds.
The cocky one.
Yeah, the cocky one, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
ended up fucking up one of her knees, and it ended up preventing her from being able to execute her game plan. So it ended up the fight getting to the ground for most of the time, and that's where Roxanne's most dangerous. You know, ended up being control game and everything like that. She actually ended up tearing her ACL and like a bunch of other like little.
During the fight?
Yeah, during
Oh,
the fight. And even the
God.
doctor came in and like assessed her.
Imagine
knee.
continuing fighting after
She
tearing
did.
your-
It's crazy.
She did.
She couldn't even like there was some exchanges.
Soldier.
She couldn't even stand on one leg. Like it was that bad.
When she got chased back,
Well, yeah.
she was literally like limping.
Your
Yeah.
knee is like not operable
No.
with a torn ACL.
So like the whole thing was like she was talking all this shit. She's gonna steamroll her and everything, and then she literally got humbled by her own injury. Now she's gonna be out for the next 9 months.
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I hate when cocky people, talk their shit and they just get fucking run right over.
Yeah.
I won $150 on that off $25.
Yeah.
So it was a good night.
I'm glad the one who pooped her pants won.
Mm-hmm.
Smack the fuck up.
Justine Kitsch.
Good for
She
her.
won, yeah. This shit's real, you know?
It's real in the field.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good one.
So yeah, that's all, folks.
Yeah. So you think there's a mouse upstairs?
I don't know if there's a mouse upstairs, dude. But
Is there a mouse in the house?
there's actually Corey in the house.
Hey.
Cook. Come Rick.
in the house.
Alright, well, let's just end it on that sentence.
It's a party every week, baby.
Yeah, I think it's about over.
It's about time. It's about time to get a watch.
Ha.
Ha.